Coach is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Rebecca Harlow.
Coach, after all of the hard work and dedication, unselfishness that you've seen from your team all year long, how proud are you that they have gotten themselves into a position where you guys have locked fourth in the East home court advantage here?
Yeah, and the season continues on, so it's important to, appreciate the effort and the work that has gone into it thus far, but to also understand that the challenge continues and there's an intensity level to the playoffs that is much different than the regular season. So we have to prepare ourselves for that as well.
Ryan Mahoney.
Tom, with the improvements it seems like you got made over the course of the season, how do you feel about this team's chances going into the playoffs?
Yeah, and each game will be different. We know how good the playoff teams are, and we have to be ready. It's a highly competitive environment. There's nothing easy. It tests your will. It's going to test you in a lot of different ways. And hopefully we've built the proper habits throughout the course of the season to prepare ourselves for that type of intensity and environment.
Steve Popper.
Hey, Tom, do you guys take a moment in the locker room? Do you take a moment to appreciate what you guys accomplished here in the regular season?
Yeah, but for us, it's to look at what we did, enjoy today, and then prepare ourselves for tomorrow, knowing that there's a lot that goes into preparation for a playoff game. We have to study, and we have to get prepared, and we got to be ready to go when that ball goes up. So, you don't want to feel too good because that you always want more, and it's important for us to be hungry and concentrate on exactly what's in front of us. It's important for everyone to put everything they have into each and every day. I think the maximum effort has to be combined with unbelievable concentration so you can get to the level you want to get to.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Tom. Well, you know who you're playing, the Atlanta Hawks, and you beat them 3 times. How much confidence you guys have knowing that you could beat this team?
It means nothing going into the playoffs. So the regular season is the regular season. When you play those games, there's a lot of things that go into it. There could be players out, there could be travel involved. Now you're at a zero base. We know how well they're playing. They've gotten a lot better as the season is going on. So we're going to have to be ready. We're going to have to play a 48-minute game.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, Tom, do you agree that today probably wasn't the team's best performance? And do you think there was a little bit of a letdown, seeing, that Boston was resting all their starters?
Yeah, I missed the initial part of that. Can you repeat that, please?
Just that, would you agree that this wasn't the team's best performance today?
Oh, yeah. Look, the bottom line is getting the win. And the thing that, we talked about it before the game, is if you're in the NBA, you're a great player. And so they posed a lot of problems. They played a terrific game, which I knew they would. It's a very well-coached team. And no matter who you're playing against, you have to play for 48 minutes. And if you get a lead, leads dissipate very quickly if you're not doing the right things. The way teams can shoot 3 and score the ball. And that's why it's so important to play each possession with the proper amount of intensity and concentration.
Ian Bagley.
Yeah, Tom, I guess just on Atlanta, since Nick McMillan took over, what do you think about the team since then and the job that he's done?
Well, I think, we have to look at it in totality. Nate's been a terrific coach. I thought Lloyd Pierce did a great job as well. The start of the season, they had a number of players that were out. And Nate's done a terrific job since he's been there. That team is very talented. It's very deep. And so we know what we're looking at. And we're going to have to play great for 48 minutes in each game.
Mike Borkenhoff.
Tom, you're talking about the difference in intensity for the playoffs. How do you kind of impart that difference on the team and from the guys who haven't been there?
Well, we've had some situations that throughout the course of the year that sort of mimicked it, but not it won't be exactly the same. in terms of when you're playing the same opponent over and over. And usually what happens in each game, the intensity goes up. You're going to know everything they're doing. They know everything you're doing. And then it's about how hard you can go and how long you're willing to fight. And so, and hopefully we've built those habits over the course of the season. They're not going to be building habits now. They have to be in place now.
Last question, Mike Vaccaro. We can't hear you, Mike.
All right.
All right, sorry, Mike. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks.
Derrick Rose is here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Mark Berman.
Hey, Derrick, we haven't talked to you since Los Angeles. How are you feeling physically with your ankle and everything? And how good does it feel to clinch fourth place?
I'm feeling good, man. Trying to, outside of my ankle, just trying to get my body right. Since I twisted my ankle, like playing live, I haven't played practice or anything. The games has been the only action I've been getting. So while I'm out there, just making sure that I don't got nothing lingering into the postseason and just trying to get minutes under my belt, coming back from the ankle. But it feels good to actually be in the postseason with a group like this. Everybody's locked in, and the city is buzzing right now. So it's a great feeling.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, Derrick, I just want to get your thoughts going against Trae Young for a playoff series.
Oh, it's great. Great young talent. You see that with their team, what they got, and how they've been playing. They've been playing with a lot of energy. So it's trying to lock in and make sure that everybody's on the same page. Everybody on the same page. And he's a lot to deal with when he's playing free, and we gotta make sure that we always got bodies around him and contest all the shots and just make it hard on not only him but his entire team.
Steve Popper.
Hey, I guess for Derrick, we've talked to you a lot about your experience and imparting that on guys this year. What do you tell these guys about the difference between sweeping the Hawks 3 times in the regular season and now facing a team in the postseason?
I haven't had that talk, but Tibbs after the game, he told us. Everybody knows that it's out the window. That's regular season. You know that coming into the game, the urgency is going to be very high. The intensity is going to change, and we just got to go all out. We know how big these 2 games are coming. They're playing in our house. We got to take care of these 2 games and play as hard as we can, and we'll deal with it game by game. But we got to take care of the first one first.
Derrick, you good? I'm good too.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Appreciate you.
Mike Workenoff.
I'll try not to quote Derrick on that one. Julius, obviously you guys have had such a great season, but what did you think of the expectations for you guys back in December before the season began, and what do you think of them now, especially the way it's gone?
It didn't matter then, it doesn't matter now. People really didn't believe in us for the season. But Coach always said it just matters what we think. And we believe in each other as a team, what we can accomplish, and still the same thing today. It's about what we believe in the locker room.
Rebecca Harlow.
Julius, with Rose, he's done so much for you guys that it almost feels like he's been there all year long. It's hard to imagine that you really just got him in February. But when you take a look at what you guys have accomplished, what do you think has been the most significant shift with having him? And then additionally, with the amount of playoff experience that he has, how much does that help you in the next step here?
It's tremendous. Just the experience that he has. He's always, talking and giving guys pointers and stuff like that, and helping me out as well. So it's tremendous the experience he has. Taj, Tibbs, the guys that have been through the war and the fire. We're going to lean on that. So, it's a tremendous value for us to have those guys with us during this time.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, Julius, like I said, this will be your first playoff. How prepared do you feel for this and getting into that type of environment?
Straight. In the day's basketball, we know the intensity is going to be raised, but the way I prepare from game to game, I don't think my habits really have to change. I think I do a good job preparing myself to play on a night-to-night basis, and it'll be the same thing, for me as far as going into the game. Prepare with the film study, I prepare my body, I prepare on the court, on the game plan. It's just a focus and intensity, and it's just going to be raised a level for me.
Brian Mahoney.
Julius, from the time you guys even clinch a playoff spot, you kind of posted that message that you weren't done yet and everything. What's the message today?
We're not done. And what we got to do, I think this week is critical for everybody to get their mind and their body right. Know what type of focus and intensity we need to bring game one on our home court, and that's all we're really worried about.
Last question, Steve Popper.
Hey, Julius, before going on to the playoffs, do you take a minute today at the end of the game in the locker room, whatever, to appreciate what you guys accomplished here over 72 games?
Yeah, we appreciate it, but we'll enjoy it tonight or whatever it is. But for me, I'm focused on the task at hand. That's all that matters.
Thank you, Julius. RJ Barrett's here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Rebecca Harlow.
RJ, congrats on the clinch for you guys today. But when you think about all of the hard work, all of the unselfishness, all of the sacrifice that this group of guys and the organization has made to get to this point, what's the most satisfying part about heading into playoffs with home court advantage?
It feels amazing, especially doing it with a group of guys that were here last year through some tough times. And, we were able to turn the program around, and we have, a bunch of new pieces. So that's really what it is, just how we worked hard and nobody gave us a shot, but we're here.
Mark Berman.
What was the feeling at the final buzzer? I mean, Boston took you down to the wire. They didn't have their players. Was there a big relief?
Definitely excitement, definitely happy that we wanted to foresee, we wanted a home court advantage. So, definitely happy about that. They played a good game. The guys played hard, and, all credit to them.
Ian Bagley. Ian, we can't hear you. We'll have to come back to you. Brian Mahoney.
Hey, RJ, obviously last year, you didn't get to play in a lot of big games. Now today, something that mattered, playoff game, something like this, how much more excitement is there for you just going into every day when, it's nothing like it was previously?
It's great, something to look forward to. So we're fighting for something every single game. And, that's a good feeling. We're a tough, resilient team, and, we kind of made our name off that. So just really excited to go into the playoffs and just fight hard and see what we can do.
Steve Popper.
RJ,
just what do you think of facing the Hawks? They're a team that you guys, obviously won 3 games against this year.
It doesn't matter. Playoff basketball is different. It's going to be different. It's going to be hard fought. They're going to give it, their best, and we got to be ready.
Ian Bagley.
RJ, big picture question. Before you even got drafted here, you were saying you wanted to be in New York, you wanted to be a Knick. So how proud of you, given that are you of this accomplishment team-wise, and also yourself, the way you played this year?
Definitely team-wise, because it's always about the team. It's always about the whole organization, and it's great to have brought Knicks fans, what they want, and have brought us back to the playoffs. But before I got drafted, this is something I envisioned. This is something I wanted to do. I've always said I'm a winner, and I had a feeling that I was going to be able to be a part of a team or multiple teams that were able to get to the playoffs.
Thank you, RJ.